You know, I was going to tell a thing I heard from Lefty Cray one time. It was about this young kid that was on a trout stream, and he had a whole pile of trout piled up there, and the game warden come by. He goes, "How's it going?" And the kid says, "Oh, they're really biting today." He says, "Well, you should have been here yesterday because the season closed today." Okay, so with that in mind, we'll get to what we're going to do here today. I'm going to talk about roll casting pretty much today. I think one of the ways that it's taught is probably taught the wrong way. And the reason I say that is I've guided saltwater, I've fished Lake Michigan for steelhead and salmon with fly rods and stuff like that, and I see this whole process sometimes. I'm going, I don't know where, roll cast is a way to prep the cast. And also it gets you out of situations where you got brush behind you. So I think properly demonstrated, I think you can learn a lot from it that way, because what I see written or talked about is totally the wrong way. I mean, you got all these certain steps you go through, and it's not that at all. It really isn't. So I'd like to if I can enlighten you a little bit on it, that's my goal today. So in all casting, there's a white line in front of you. I don't care which way you're pointing, that white line is always in front of you. And one of the mistakes I see people make is when that line is on the left side of that imaginary white line that I'm talking about, and you try to roll cast from this side, that's what you're going to get. The line's going to tangle around the rod tip. So you have to come off your left side to change that. All right. So we were talking about roll casting. And we also talked about that white line in front of us. And the reason I bring that up is, notice right now I've got my rod pointed straight up in the air. Notice which side the rod that line is drifting to because of the wind. It's drifting to my left side. And what I was trying to say before when we were on the water, if I try to do a right-handed roll cast, I'm going to come forward. Wait a minute. I'm going to come forward with that line on my left side and try to do a right-handed roll cast, and all I'm going to get is that line tangling around the rod like that. That's all I'm going to get. So here's the correction. That white line in front of you, it's an imaginary white line. If that line is off center of that rod, you have got to roll cast off of your left side. You have to. It's the only way it's going to go right. You don't have to, but if you want to do it right, that's the way you got to do it. But now we got another situation. We threw it out here before, but now it's drifted on our swing out to my left side. I can't do a right-handed roll cast because I get the same results of the line tangling around the rod. So what do I have to do? I have to come off my left side and shoot it back upstream. If you want to get real technical about it, and I'm not a technical kind of guy, but if I want to go straight upstream from a downstream position, I just roll that tip around and go that way. That's all there's. Basically, it's a roll cast. It's called a roll cast with a change of direction option. So it's around and go. That's all there's to that cast. It's that simple. If I've made my cast and it's ended up downstream on me and I want to get back upstream, two ways you can do that. You can pull the rod this way, stop, come back around, and go that way. That's one way to do it. Or the easiest way to do it is just draw a circle with your rod tip and throw it back upstream. Boom, you're back up there. No stripping your line and false casting all the way around that circle, a half circle to get up there. It's so much easier to do it this way, because otherwise what they do is this way, and they're finally after 10 false casts they get upstream. Not unnecessary. Just roll that sucker back upstream like that, right there. Boom, back up there. That's my tip for the day.